Welcome from the Xcel Energy Center in downtown St. Paul. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Jim Giles on this QCTV State High School Tournament boys hockey presentation. And tonight it's the Andover Huskies in the semifinals taking on Hill Murray. And what a game last night, Jim. The momentum and the adrenaline is still popping for me.
It absolutely is, and it was just a lot of energy spent, a lot of emotion spent by the Huskies. We'll have to see what's left in the tank as they come out. But, another game at the Xcel Energy Center, it pumps you up and you're ready to go.
It is, and what a close by Thorson. Gavin Thorson with the winner. They had a couple of goals. One that was reversed and nullified, but meanwhile they kept at it. They didn't get down, and I just enjoyed the flow of the game, the lack of whistles, the hustle, the passing, the preciseness, the speed, everything you've come to expect, but you don't always get it, but you did last night, Jim.
Yeah, and to be honest, for Andover to outskate a Moorhead team who's known for their skating, they've been to the high school state tournament 19 times in the last 25 years. They absolutely outskated the Spuds late in the game, and that was really the difference.
Andover Huskies will listen to the public address being currently announced right now, the whole team. Well, I'll tell you, Mark Manny comes in here with a career record that is just simply unbelievable. 214 wins, 120 losses, and 15 ties. But get a look at the starting lineup here coming up for Hill Murray. Take a listen there. But I also just wanted to say I couldn't believe how calm Coach Mark Manny was. It may have been that old duck syndrome where it looks calm up top and the feet are running underneath, but he's just such a great leader on that bench.
Yeah, and I think it showed with his team because there was no panic out there. There was a lot of minutes played by that first line, but nobody panicked. There was no bad decisions, and you really have to hand it to Knox, Weston Knox. He had a sensational game last night on the defensive end. Kyle Law as well. Both of those two were outstanding, not only in the offensive zone, but defensively they shut down Mr. Hockey Lindbergh from Moorhead.
It sure did. So there are the lineups. Tonight's officials, Joe Capasosa will be one of the linesmen, and we'll get you caught up on the rest of those. But meanwhile, that first line last night for the Huskies, just relentless, but also the checking lines, and everyone contributed an immense amount. There will not be a national anthem tonight as we begin the game because they had one just the previous to the game, and previous to that game was on a Maple Grove team that is really starting to hit their stride here in the state tournament. And they have such great size in their centermen, 6'2",
yes,
210, 6'3", 215, and they just overpowered Prior Lake.
Yeah, it's 6-2 win, and Prior Lake was a darling after day one. Maple Grove was a giant that squashed the bug. They were very good. Landon Gunderson, number 17, who the Huskies have seen. He's a junior. Has wrecked a lot of games for the opposition. Really did a nice job tonight as well with a good job by the goalie Rupp.
Well, we are at the very tip-tops of the press row here tonight from the Xcel Energy Center. Great to be here. Tanner to the left. We got, I think, CJ and Mike in the truck also helping out throughout this, and this is just a fantastic, getting ready to drop the puck. The Huskies will be moving left to right. Huskies come in 23-5-1, and Hill Murray 24-4-1, and it's controlled now by Hill Murray. Across pass and off the stick there of Hill Murray. Collision in the corner. Now Thorson tries to start it out there for the Huskies out of their own end. Cross rink pass, getting it back to Casey. almost with that to walk-off winner in regulation with about 12 seconds to go last night. Before that was reversed. Thorson again circles, and let's kind of anxious to see the kind of firepower that Andover comes up with after that overtime win last night. Thorson now gets around. Nice move. Penalty coming up on Hill Murray. Good hustle. They're going to pull Braun and bring out the extra attacker. He's on the ice now, still at the blue line. Hill back shot. That's redirected back. Coming back in, number 22 for the extra attacker. That's Gravink. And down low, Thorson unleashes a shot, and the glove save there made and controlled by Jack Erickson.
Yeah, Jack Erickson comes in with a 17-1-1 record, 1.42 goals against, 931 save percentage, 6 shutouts. Very good goalie. Both goalies are excellent. Austin Browns last night, outstanding job, 20-5 so far on the season.
He certainly has. Brown's been a joy to watch here in the postseason. Austin Bronze. And so they'll set here. Face-off comes to the left of Erickson. It's won by Hill Murray. They'll send it linked to the ice. Keep an eye here on Law. Law leads the team in power play goals for the Huskies.
Yeah, he'll set up. Yeah, as soon as they get set up, he'll get out right in front of Erickson, right in front of the goalie, and just cause havoc.
Hill Murray on the other end has had 5 shorthanded goals on the season. And one of the players to keep an eye on for that is Jack Senden, number 27, who has 2 of the shorthanded goals. Huskies unable to enter and gain that line. Knox now recircles and sends it just to the side of the goal. Hill Murray gets there first and sends it length to the ice. Thus far, the Huskies unable to set up that power play.
Yeah, the legs are a little wobbly, a little shaky right now. I'm sure that they'll start breaking a sweat and getting rolling.
Stepping in now, skating, drop pass, circle, shot from the dot. There, just missed the mark by Casey. It rings along the board, unable to hold the zone. That time was Stringfellow as the Huskies come in with a clip of 21.4% success on the power play. They'll gear it up again here as 45 seconds left on the man advantage. In the corner, Gravink has it. Gravink wants to work it up towards that near point. Now the center, he sends a shot on. It was deflected, kind of lost the juice, but holding the zone. Nice play. Far point there, shot on. Save is made. Stringfellow with that shot. And Erickson makes that save, circling back up top. Now down to trying to get it away from the playoff circle. Disrupted there nicely by number 24 with Hill Murray. And Hill Murray able to really dissolve this power play opportunity for the Huskies. Still 10 seconds left on the man advantage. In the corner and a lead out pass, holding that zone. Good hustle. And they'll take it right back out. That's Gravink who will do that. Hangs it back out and brings it back in again. And we are back at full strength for Hill Murray. Successful penalty kill. 13:50 to go in this opening period. No score between the 2 top teams. Here in Class 2A, the 2 teams have met earlier this year, and it was a 2-1 overtime win for Andover in that game. Matchup here now, skating in Andover again. A shot just outside the blue line, trying to find the 5-hole and securing the save is Erickson. And with 13:32 to go first period, a little pressure there by Andover, but a well-played penalty kill by Hill Murray.
Yeah, the senior Jacob Pearson with a nice rip right inside the blue line, right from the point, and saved by Erickson.
Face off to the left of Erickson. Mentioned he's had some impressive numbers, Jack Erickson, this season, the junior. Losing the edge behind, now regaining, trying to center it that time. That was Conway, and now back to the near point. A shot looking to redirect on the doorstep. That was Conway. Conway had the first goal of the game last night for Andover. Circling back up, Thorson sets it up, trying to settle the puck and doing a drop pass shot. Goal! Thorson! Back of the net and buries it on a quick catch and release off the centering pass by Conway. And the Huskies pounce up top with 13:08 to go in this first period, 1-0.
What a great pass by Conway. He had Caden Casey roaming through, and the defenseman slid over to him and left Gavin Thorson wide open. And a perfect shot right in the upper right corner, and goal lead for the Huskies.
Yeah, you can see it just perfectly set up that time.
Yep.
With the backhand, no look pass in that high slot, and Thorson had the goalie. Erickson moving left to right. He went to the right side and buried it. Awesome, just a tremendous start for the Huskies. They're buzzing already. I'll tell you what, here's the one thing the Huskies players do. They hunt for pucks, and they have been hunting well here in this state tournament. Early lead, first period, just under 13 minutes to go for Thorson. 27th goal of the season. That team has now collected that line with Caden Casey, Conway, and Thorson. Now 60 goals combined for all three of them on the season. Puts it right on the stick. The defense there. A shot goes through the slot to no avail there. Now bringing it up half a wall. Trying to get at it, Goman, but it's Hill Murray who takes it out to center ice. They're unable to control it. Just beyond that, and the Huskies put the clamp on him there. Law tries to control the puck. It's sent back. A couple of the Hill Murray players now rushing in. They have it in the near corner in Husky territory. In the attack. Circling and now trying to ring it back out at the near point. 21 taking it down deep. That's Carr. Behind to the side and connected there by Goldbutt. Goldbutt is on his way to Wisconsin for Hill Murray, an outstanding player. But unable to control sustained the pressure, the Huskies send it in and send in F1 and F2. Those couple of forwards and try to bracket Hill Murray in their own end. The breakout now once again coming for Godbout. He's on the far side, sends it behind, hits the net out in front, pouncing on top of it. Great idea. There's Brown. And he captures that and controls it. And Austin Bronze does not want to allow any rebounds.
Yeah, and really nice job by Austin. Smart decisions just to freeze it. But Jacob Pearson had a kind of a backdoor flyer coming from Hill Murray, and he was able to tie that skater up and not be able to get that skate down. So that helped with the freezing of the puck and keep that scoring chance off the board.
TV timeout here with 11:36 to go in the first period, and bam, they didn't capitalize with that man advantage. But
yeah,
it's funny because Coach Manny, Mark Manny just is always, you know what, we should be doing better on both the power plays and the penalty kills, but he doesn't let it get to him. He goes, we can work it and practice this time and time, but it just, come game time, we just haven't been able to hit that thing full stride. And finally, right after that man advantage, at the time they were even, the Huskies struck first.
Here's a stat that came from that first game that I thought was kind of telling defensively. Both these teams are very good defensively. One's given up 48 goals. The other one's given up 49 goals on the season. Very, very low goals against. But shots on goal in that first game, 19 for Hill Murray, 22 for the Huskies, about 15 shots below what their normal shots on goal is. So both teams good defensively.
They are, and they can put the puck in the net. Hill Murray, as I mentioned, 24-4-1. They have scored 139 goals on the season and just surrendered 48. Meanwhile, Andover has scored 130 and surrendered 49. But the Huskies are up early here as they're getting ready to drop the puck first period as they resume play after the TV timeout. 11:36 to go in this first period. Thanks for joining us on this QCTV sports presentation and some audio play-by-play. Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. And this has been just a tremendous tournament for both Andover teams this season.
Yeah, undefeated so far, knock on wood.
Face off to the left of Bronze there. And it's controlled now by the Huskies. They skate out, center ice. Coming in across the blue line, just miss on a feed. Inside there. Over skating that time. Hill Murray now back out. Here comes Hill Murray out of their own end. Through the neutral zone. Drop pass. Loose puck here. It's guided away. Good job there by Andover and reciprocating back. Here comes Thorson. Thorson drop pass. Oh, a little dipsy-do stick work that time by Casey, and it goes back behind the net. He's down on the ice in the corner, coming over to help out and give a hand is Cooper Conway. Cooper Conway looking, he'll be heading to play college hockey next year after his senior year to Colorado College. Sent right back in there and sent by Tristan May. Ringing along the board. Thorson, a no-look backhand, flicks off the skate there of Hill Murray and back to the near corner.
Man, Thorson's having a good...
able to hold that blue line and hold the zone. Huskies putting pressure on. Dahl doing a great job. He has it now. Stick work now, tries to hit a cutting teammate, but it hits his skate, and Hill Murray just sends it length of the ice, and they'll ice. And I'll tell you, the Huskies do not seem like they're having any problems getting those legs going after the overtime game last night.
Not at all. And I was going to say, Thorson is just, he is dominating on that ice right now. He seems like he's everywhere, and he's able to move at a different speed than anybody else.
They'll redrop that. Dahl was on that faceoff. I'll tell you, Coach Mark Manning was so happy to get Ben Dahl back after that injury he sustained earlier this year. And you could tell, we were talking with him in the locker room. He just sees so much potential and so much value in this sophomore who centers that second line. Back behind the play goes. It's in the Husky end. They'll circle to the near corner. Off the corner now. Back is Andover trying to apply and move that puck up ice. Top of the right face-off circle. It Karam's just inside the blue line. Comes in all the way. Save made and secured.
Dahl, Dahl did an outstanding job last night. Came in, had really created a great opportunity in the overtime and drew a penalty against Moorhead. He had a nice power play. Really strong night last night by Dahl.
That was Luke Housey who took the shot for Hill Murray just inside the blue line. The face-off now to the right of Andover goal. They are going to dismiss, looks like Conway, out of that face-off. And now they're going to boot number 6 out for Hill Murray. That's Brendan Bonin. Shot save again. Hits it, trying to get that rebound. Poke checking it away, then picking it up is Conway. Skates out with that puck. Poke checked away. And that may have been Pearson instead of Conway. Back through. Pearson scrambling for it. That is Patterson now in the corner. Coming over to help out in the line, number 5, Zinda. Zinda now has it at half wall. A little give and go. Sends a shot that came from just beyond the blue line and over the top of the goal. This comes on goal. Save is made there after the shot. And that hard blistering one taken by Kyle Law. Huskies still control. They're in this Hill Murray zone. Drop pass there, and then it leaks its way off the far point. A whiff on a pass up ahead that time made by May. He's pressured, but the Huskies come back. Look how quick they're moving. Good transitions here for Andover. They're in the Hill Murray end. A Whistler save, and he'll freeze that puck. Will Erickson after that initial shot by Knox.
Wow, what a nice job by Tristan May there. He did fan on the shot, didn't panic, was able to stay with his guy defensively and get the puck cleared. Not easy when you've got a team like Hill Murray bearing down on you.
Couple of great goal scorers for this Hill Murray squad. We'll get you those here shortly, as well as Andover tries to carry in, and it dispensed from the stick there. Moving far side, a backhand just off the mark. Look out, because that number 17, anytime you hear it, Godbout is dangerous. Godbout leads the team in scoring, and also on his way to the University of Wisconsin next year for the senior. Hill Murray flutters this one high in the air and gloving it and setting it down and putting it back in. That was Dahl. Hill Murray now decides they're going to skate in. Hits to the corner, trying to get it back to their goal scorer 17. He loses his edge, does Godbout. And it's in the corner, now moving it up the edge. Andover now skates out. That's Thorson. He's taken down. No penalty. They'll play on here. He loses the puck. Hill Murray gathers it, tries to move it out of their end. It's good pressure by Dahl. They skates at the blue line and send it deep. Also circling is Cogswell. Hill Murray now will break out. And that's Mann. Mann gets across center ice. Sends it in. Huskies get there first behind their own goal. Good pressure. The Huskies are really not allowing that F2 forward or the second forward in for Hill Murray to control that puck. They're getting there and be able to work it up ice in case there. They get it across the blue line. Hill Murray sends it back in, and now off the stick there Andover sends a shot on. Save is made. Didn't quite get everything they wanted. That was Pearson, but nonetheless good pressure. He tries to tangle it up in the near corner just below us. Does Pearson. Coming over to help out. Unable was Babb. Here comes Hill Murray. A check there, forcing the forward to lose the stick. Nice defensive play there by Andover at the blue line. Meanwhile, Hill Murray recaptures the puck just at center ice and sends it in. It rings along here, and we'll get an ice and a whistle with 6:47 to go. Non-stop play, a lot like last night. 6:47 to go, first period. The Huskies still have that 1-0 lead, Jim.
Yeah, and the Huskies are getting a little bit more pressure in their own end, and the forecheck for Hill Murray is starting to mount. We'll see if the Huskies change up on some of their breakouts.
Face off just to the right of the Andover goal. Thorson's there first. Picks it up and works it out. Almost effortless. And a snap to Casey. Casey sends it behind. Conway tries to recapture with that. Cooper Conway. Hill Murray gets there first, gets one breakout pass, tape to tape, and that's far. That's been part of the problem for Hill Murray. They'll send it in deep, but they have not been able to come out clean. Thanks a lot to the Husky speed. At neutral ice, sent back in. Hill Murray now has it. They'll stop, they'll dish, a chance to move in, shot, save is made. Got about that time. Point blank opportunity off of a nice pass, and back come the Huskies. 2-on-1 emerges. It's Thorson, sets it up, a shot over the top, couldn't quite get that puck settled. To take that shot was Conway, but a beautiful setup by Thorson. Now Hill Murray will work their way out. We're under 6 minutes to go, first period. Thanks for joining us on QCTV and the AO broadcast, audio only, as Joe Rulin, Jim Childs tried to paint the picture for you. Face-off, not a face-off, but picked up at the face-off circle by Andover. They try to work it out. They do, but Hill Murray carries it in, but they're offside with 5:35 to go. We'll get a drop and a face-off.
Yeah, really, Austin Bronze with a quality save on the last one right there. And then you had mentioned, great call, Joe, the puck just could not settle for Conway to be able to elevate that puck. It was kind of bouncing in a funny ankle and just couldn't get up, but great opportunity for the Huskies on that 2-on-1.
That was a mini saucer pass as they take a TV timeout here. A mini saucer pass by Thorson and trying to settle that puck with the defender coming in, and they were able to make the save, and Hill Murray avoided a 2-0 deficit. But nonetheless, I'll tell you what, the Huskies are doing some great puck hunting tonight.
They certainly are. Against a team that has two individuals. You mentioned Dylan Gabout, who's Mr. Hockey finalist, along with Leo Grua, who is the defenseman who's a Mr. Hockey finalist. For Andover, one of the top three goalies, and the Frank Bizik Award nominee is Austin Bronze for Mr. Goalie, and we'll find out that at the end of this weekend on who's Mr. Hockey and who's Mr. Goalie for the state of Minnesota.
Well, also number 2 for Hill Murray is a freshman. He's 6'2", 190.
Yeah.
A defenseman, 6'2", 190, and a freshman. And watching him last night, wow, could he move? And with confidence. Doesn't play at all like a freshman. And so keep an eye. We'll do that as well on number 2, a defenseman for this squad. But you're right, Jim. It's a wide range of scores. You know, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Godbout has 29 goals, 25 assists, as you mentioned. But they have other scorers. Madigan with 15 goals. They have Igbertson with 12. Gruba with 12. So a lot of scoring capabilities across that. But the Andover Huskies jump out 1-0 on the goal by Thorson.
Well, I think we've got a first here. I've been to 5 games so far for this tournament, and I think we might actually have the wave happening. It doesn't happen very often. It almost got all the way around.
You know, I was at the Twins game last year, and they did a slow-mo wave, which was the funnest thing. I think I could actually keep up with it.
Good crowd on hand tonight. It looks like there's more people here than there were from Maple Grove Prior Lake.
You bet. Always a sellout here at the Xcel Energy Center, and boys high school hockey. Wow, what a show. What a venue to play. Semifinal play, the winner will take on Maple Grove. We're back in play. Hill Murray takes the shot after the face-off and deflected back. Here come the Huskies back the other way. They're moving left to right. as the attack zone for Andover has been busy. For Hill Murray, they've had a couple of opportunities, but Braun's been solid. Skating it up, near side. There's Goman. Goman moved off the puck, but he sends it deep and heads to the bench for a quick shift change. Under 5 now to go, 4:50 to go here in this first period. 1-0 lead for Andover. Put right on the stick. Here comes Hill Murray. The Huskies bracketed that nicely and takes Nate Hardy off the puck. And the Huskies move it back up into Hill Murray territory. A wrister, rebound, back again, a chance. And that was Casey followed in up. The Thorson, a missile that hits traffic in front. Casey on the doorstep. He'll take a shot. Pad save, guided out, and skating out of their own end. Now is Hill Murray, and that's Hurley.
3 great opportunities for the Huskies there.
Skating in, more pressure again. Back, look. Shot there, and Conway has it pickpocketed from him. And back the other way, the right side is Hill Murray. They'll try to swing it in the short side and ended up going feet first onto the ice with no penalty. There was Hill Murray, and freezing that puck is Bronze. And wow, I love the pace of this game.
Yes, absolutely. And you'll see one thing Hill Murray's doing is you'll see their forwards coming back and marking those sliding forwards for the Huskies in the defensive zone. And it is really changing the offensive complexity for the Huskies.
4:02 remaining in the first as they drop the puck, winning the faceoff and putting a shot on Bronze right away was Hill Murray. He makes a beautiful save. Winning that faceoff was Bonin and putting that shot on. That was a very efficient win of that power play. Now it's Hill Murray has it sent back into their own end, and they'll skate out. Defensively, they're at center ice. They'll put it off the board, try to catch up with it. They cannot. And there comes Andover in. Andover works the side, now works behind, looks for the wrapper around, and that was Knox trying to knock that door down. Knox gets it back again, takes this shot, redirected in front, and a save. More pressure. Wow, Andover is lightning, and Knox, I'll tell you what, he's owning it out here. He almost got that wrapper around to cash in.
Yeah, absolutely, and good job by Logan Stewart right out in front. Just tried to get a tip as Knox threw it right in there, and just could not get enough wood on that was Logan Stewart. Good
face
position.
Off just to the left of the Hill Murray goalie. Erickson. Dahl does some work down below. Goman is in there as well. Holding the zone is Law, pinching in. Sends it behind the board now to that far corner. Goman has it. And here comes Dahl. Dahl reach over to Law. Law sends it cross ice, and that's disrupted by the stick of Hill Murray, but the Huskies still not giving up on that puck, trying to pinch in and hold the zone. Great job, good hustle by Goman, but now he put it on the stick of Hill Murray. They're on the far side, moving in. Drop pass, unable to get that skate to set it up with Hill Murray. It slithers to that near corner from one side to the other, inside the near blue line. Far side, down below. Shot that's going to bounce off those boards and come near the front of the goal, and Bronze is going to hold on to that for the faceoff.
Well, those boards down there are a little bit tricky. They come off, anything on the yellow part of the boards, which is on the base, comes off really hard down on that end. And Bronze had a chance, a little extra time to learn about it last night.
They are active. It's like bouncing off a trampoline.
Yep.
God knows I haven't done that in about 40 years. But we're moving to the right point. Came in, Hill Murray trying to tie this up. Oh, poke check nicely there by the defense of Andover. They get it up to center ice and through the neutral zone. Hill Murray sends it ahead. Sends it ahead to Godbout. Godbout has his scoring opportunity diffused by the Andover defense in the face-off circle. Back comes Hill Murray through the neutral zone. Now it's pickpocketed by Andover. Moving in, Thorson. Thorson waits, backhand, far side. Couldn't clean it up that time was Conway as the rebound came off the pad as he was cutting to that far side. Andover does hold the zone near point. Here comes Knox. Knox looks to send a backhand down low. Does across, bringing it along, holding that far point. And a good job there by May to hold the zone. Huskies buzzing. They are moving so fast with 1:45 to go here in this first period. They're explosive out there. Not just fast, but explosive and sustained it. The Huskies are forced back behind their goal now with 1.5 minutes to go. Here in this first period, far point, a shot here taken from the far point by Hill Murray. Misses everything, and the Huskies move it up down ice. Cannot connect on an outlet pass, and we'll get an ice with 1:23 to go in this first half. And the Huskies, boy, they are buzzing and moving.
Yeah, they lead 1-0 on the scoreboard and 10-6 on shots right now. Scoring opportunities, I would say, way over what, probably double what Hill Murray's had. Just a couple for Hill Murray. Defense have done a great job again for the Huskies.
Bringing you the semifinals. Boys Class 2A State Championship Andover taking on Hill Murray. They have a 1-0 lead as they take the draw with 1:20 to go in the Andover end. Disrupting that and moving it out is Pearson. Pearson gets across center ice, sends it in, not quite as deep as he would like. Hill Murray deflects the puck, and it goes into their bench, so a face-off will take place just outside the blue line, the Hill Murray blue line in front of their bench. The Pioneers, boy, I got to think they're going to try to find a way. Either they catch their breath first and then try to find a strategy to slow down this Huskies team, and they are just on the move. Their outlet pass disrupted at center ice by Andover. Sent in deep. We're under a minute to go. First period, Andover with that 1-0 lead. Gravenk has it. It bows in front, trying to get a stick on it and knocking on the doorstep. That time is Pearson. Pearson on the season. 6 goals, 4 assists, but he's always in that mix.
Yeah, very good defensively as well. And, you talked about Hill Murray. Their coach, Bill Lechner's been manning the head coaching position since '97. He knows what to do. They've won 4 championships before. This game is not over at all.
Hill Murray wins this faceoff, takes it behind their net, and now will try to work it up. A backhand no-look pass in to enters the Huskies zone. Deflection, and a little give and go, and the Huskies work it out to center ice, unable to control. Back there defensively is Gruba. He circles again, and we have 25 seconds left in this first period, and finally they move in. A shot that climbs up that time with a chest protector of Bronze. Makes the save, bobbles, but covers it up, and we'll have 20.9 seconds left in this first period, and the faceoff will come just to the left of Bronze.
Yeah, it surprised him a little bit, kind of handcuffed him. And fortunately for the Huskies, they had everyone covered up for Hill Murray.
Andover in the first period this season, they have outscored their opponents 44-17 in that first period. Meanwhile, Hill Murray in the first period, 38-14.
Wow, big
shot
good
off the face-off there.
Yeah, huge opportunity right off the face-off by Nate Hardy, who's the #1 center.
And they've had some luck winning the face-off here on those that come in the Andover end and putting a shot on Bronze. So that's a correction they'll have to try to make. They win again on that face-off. A wrister, pad save. Reflection comes in. Another stick save that time made by Bronze. We have 5 seconds left in this first period. 4, 3, 2. It's behind the net. Centering pass gathered in. Now it's left back behind, and the Huskies at the end of one complete have a 1-0 lead on the goal by Gavin Thorson.
Yeah, very good first period. We were concerned about how Andover was going to be affected by that long game last night that came out, and they played very, very well. Good skating. And another outstanding period by Austin Bronze. He has been a difference maker.
I'll tell you what, my legs and hamstrings need a break off the speed of what I've just been watching and calling up here. Fantastic play, high level. The Andover Huskies have a 1-0 lead after one complete period over Hill Murray. And the Class 2A semifinals will return with the second period in a moment.
Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out where all the wild roams, and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be the light that only you can see. You can see. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. Oh, I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count on hope when there's rivers to cross. Oh, and I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. Oh. Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out where all the wild roams, and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be the light that only you can see.
Period number 2 just about ready to get underway. Joe Rulin along with Jim Giles in this QCTV audio-only presentation. It's great to bring you boys high school hockey semifinal action Class 2A as we are about ready to begin period number 2. Andover has a 1-0 lead on the goal by Thorson early in that first period, Jim.
Yeah, really, Huskies came out flying. Thorson created a power play opportunity for the Huskies, and then about 10 seconds after it expired, they were able to score. So Huskies, no problem coming back from what they had. You know, this Hill Murray team is a storied program. They've been to the finals 12 times, Joe, winning 4 of them. And whoever wins this game, this hockey match, will be heading off to play Maple Grove, the Crimson, one team that the Huskies know very well.
That is. Hill Murray comes into the record. You mentioned 24-4-1, and Andover 23-5-1. But Andover just comes out of that gate so fast. I think teams always wonder, and even though Hill Murray has played Andover once this year already with a 2-1 loss in overtime, they just think that speed, you just can't sustain it. And they do. And, boy, that's the get up and go I'd like to have every morning.
Yeah, and having Cooper Conway back, I don't know if he was part of that December 29th game or not. I know he was injured for a period of time, but that first line of Conway, Casey, and Thorson is absolutely dynamic.
Ready to start period number 2. The Huskies outshot Hill Murray 10-9 in that first period. It's Hill Murray moving left to right, and they have the puck on after the faceoff. They try to center, unable to get it back out, and the Huskies break out. 2 perfect tape-to-tape passes. Thorson now skates in, gets around the defense, reacquaints himself with that puck. It gets behind the net, and holding the zone is Knox. Knox sends a wrister, rebound shot. A save is made by Erickson. Thorson, backhand, no look into the corner. They try to get it back to cutting Thorson, and now it's on the stick of Hill Murray. They're into the Andover end. Toe drag, shot, save, made. Bronze, and the clear there that gets out. Here's a chance for Thorson now. Thorson at the end of his shift tries to do some stick work there, and now a no-look by Casey puts it out in front, and Hill Murray gets the deflection and has it now at center ice. Skating in near side, drop pass there, a save there. The Huskies are closing up, and a good save there by Bronze as Godbout put a good shot on a pad save by Bronze. To the corner. Huskies with that first line still trying to get off the ice. And finally Casey will find his way. All the way cross ice. Thorson had it there, but hops his stick, and now the first line will switch out on the fly. Working it out from his own corner there. Chance, and here come the Huskies on the break. They take it away. The shot was about to be taken that time by Pearson. His stick was lifted and back the other way. Here comes Hill Murray. Hill Murray tries to move around. A shot save, and it's sealed off. No rebound by Bronze after a good move and a good shot there by Hill Murray. And I think that was 22.
Yeah, nice job by Noah Martin, too, to get back there and be able to fight off. He was at an uncomfortable position, having to get back and defend that breakaway, but good hustle by Martin.
15-28, folks. It has been nonstop. It's been that way in the first half, so we'll try to get you the time on the score clock as quickly as we can and as often. 15-25 to go, remaining second period just underway. Andover remains with that 1-0 lead. Knox doing some battle in the corner. Pearson comes over to help out, so Knox can get back out near the cage. Now far point, a wrister up, waffle pad save there made by Bronze. It goes to the corner, lifting it out and moving it on. Chance there for Andover, and that was Gravik. Into the corner, trying to hold the zone and pinching in. They do, but they do not take the puck with them, the Huskies. Here comes Hill Murray back the other way. A wrister, another waffle pad save there to the corner by Bronze. It comes out holding the zone, a behind the leg pass, which was irrelevant because he put it right to Andover. Andover comes back. Zinda tries to toe drag by the defense there. They take the puck instead. And back comes Hill Murray, trying to reciprocate and cancel and bring it in. Pressure in front, finds its way there, deflected out front. And Goman now carries out for Andover. 14-20 to go here in the second period. It's been nothing but go, go, go the whole first period, and now already here in the second. Into the corner. Andover just continues to apply that pressure. And I got to tell you, it just has to take Hill Murray a little bit out of that comfort zone.
Yes, absolutely. And they just can't get a breakout. Here's another opportunity for the Huskies.
They seem to be just everywhere at any time, and there's Knox coming back to clean up defensively, seal off the defense. A pass that went across, and the Huskies unable to connect on a pass that went from the defense and Tristan May up ahead to a forward, and that will lead to an icing that'll take it back into the Andover end. 13:54 remaining here in the second.
Yeah, one of the impressive physical players for the Huskies is one of their smallest. Hudson Zinda has been laying the lumber to a couple of Hill Murray Pioneers tonight.
Hill Murray wins the faceoff. Now still with it. Getting in deep here. Turn scores, says Hill Murray. They tried to skate it out. They continued, and some good stick work. And finally put down low and caught off balance. And tying this thing up, number 12 for Hill Murray, and that is Caden Sampere.
That's his sixth goal of the season. And third line, and they just could not get it out. And good job by the Pioneers to kind of pass, and Bronze just got pulled out of the goal a little bit too far to the right. Goal by the Pioneers.
And doing that stick work and working it to hold that zone and everything else was Nate Hardy. And Hardy got the assist. His assist really looked like a puck that just kind of floated off his stick, and sitting there waiting for the loose change and putting the shot back of the net is Sampere. So Sampere, that'll be 12 from 10. Hardy for Hill Murray, and we're tied at one apiece. Quickly trying to come back, and oh my, that was a quick whistle as Bronze had that thing locked up, but then you could see from our angle that thing slid just behind.
Yeah, quick whistle, and we had that last night. That worked against the Huskies. Fortunately for this one, it worked for the Huskies.
So 12 from 10 for Hill Murray. They're tying up at 1-1, but the Huskies have an odd man rush now. They whistle this one, and it's the netting after shot from that far wing for Andover. And they will take the face-off. That was Goman. So Graving, excuse me.
Yep.
Who took that shot.
Yeah, one assist, Joe, like you had mentioned. So you've got it. You had it nailed correctly right from the start, as usual.
It was watching that Nate Hardy just trying to hold that puck, and I thought for sure someone would knock it off a stick. They just didn't. And anyway, put up a nice setup there to Sampere. So approaching the 13-minute mark in this second period. And Andover and Hill Murray, the Pioneers of Hill Murray, tied 1-1. Hill Murray jumps back in. Near side here, trying to center. Now back on the far side. Shot, save on that backdoor opportunity. Again, that was Nate Hardy with a good scoring opportunity. He's been getting some spacing that I don't think they can afford to give him much more. Long lead pass. They put it right on the stick. And the shot was saved. Hill Murray from behind their own net put a shot out there, and pouncing on top of that was Pearson, and Pearson shot it right back on goal and deflected into the netting.
Yeah, the Huskies got to come back a little bit. They kind of are hitting on their heels a little bit, not quite as aggressive as they have been previously. We'll see if the Dahl line can start moving that puck forward.
Even strength goal for Hill Murray and an even strength goal for Andover. We're knotted up at aces with 12:30 to go. Second period. Play resumed, and the Huskies now dig it out from behind their own end. A pirouette move on a 360 there by Dahl, and it's picked up now again by Law. Law ahead to Goman. Goman tends it off the boards, and they'll give chase. Getting there first is Hill Murray defensively. They'll try to bracket it away and seal it. A breakout pass now clean to Hill Murray as they enter the Andover end. Into the corner. That's a tangle up there. Good redirect defensively made by Law. And here come in back again. Huskies send it in. Dump and chase. Goman is going to give chase, and now he'll try to head to the bench. Hill Murray's going to try to catch the Huskies on this break. They send it cross ice. Cannot get a clean pass initially, but now they do across center ice and send it in. Bronze stops the puck, and the Huskies. A long lead chance here as Pearson coming in. Dropping it and tried to put it across the side, unable. Across and straddle the blue line. Hill Murray's going to go with their opportunity. Blocking, trying to block that shot was Knox. The save is made as Knox come by and just gives the Hill Murray player kind of a, hey, settle down.
Yeah, Knox, great job. He knew that the backside was covered up by May on that backdoor pass. So he laid out and really open shot. Great save by Braun, but easy. I mean, it was good vision for him.
TV timeout, 11:34 remaining here in the second period. It's been moving fast. And Knox, by the way, Weston Knox leads this team, Andover, in block shots on the season. He'll do anything he has to get it. I understand Air Force Academy may be his next destination in terms of...
Air Force Academy would be very lucky to have him.
I'm sure Coach Mark Manning, place that he graduated from, happy to have him go there. But also an NHL draft coming up as well. And there's been talk about Knox being on that list as well.
Yeah, I think they have him. The last thing I saw was the 120th would be about a fourth round draft choice, so not too shabby for a kid coming out of high school. So the Hill Murray Pioneers come out of Section 4. They beat White Bear Lake Bears 5-0 in the sectional final. Another solid. To be honest, talking with Taylor in between the breaks, there are 6 teams that could have been number one in the could be seeded number one, anywhere from Hill Murray, Creighton Durham Hall, the Huskies, the Maple Grove Crimson. You've got Moorhead and you've got Edina. All 6 of them very, very solid teams.
As you look at the scoring per period, the Pioneers, meanwhile, the second period is their most explosive period. In fact, they have outscored their opponents 52-16 in that second period, and they have already lit the lamp here in the second to tie it up for Andover in the second period, 45-19. That's what they've done to outscore their opponent. So both teams back on the ice as they're ready to drop the puck. 11:34 to go in the second period. Joe Rillen along with Jim Childs and Taylor quarterbacking from the side over here on the left with us as we are in the top row, press row here at the Excel Energy Center. Face-off. Huskies controlled momentarily, and a pass there stepped in front by Hill Murray. Now deflected in, and Andover, Caden Casey will give chase. Nearing the 11-minute mark, tied at 1-1. Knox sends it right back in as he's just inside the red line. Hill Murray reverses it behind their own net, and now they're tangled up at half wall. They get a breakout, although it hits the skate of one of the Andover defenders. Now scaring in this wrist shot here into the netting and beyond the netting into about 15 rows up. And someone made a glove save. Hashtag FTL flashing the leather on that deflection.
Yeah, it was a nice job, and he's going to give it away to a young child out there. Very cool moment there. That's what Minnesota hockey's all about.
Face-off. On here by Hill Murray. Traffic in front. They try to dispose and get the loose change by Bronze. It's sent to the corner. Hill Murray coming up. More pressure behind the Andover goal. This one sent into the seats as well, as Dahl that time was trying to send it off the glass and got a little too much stick underneath it. So 10:40 to go in this second period.
Yeah, the Hill Murray, the way they're matching up is they're not sending out their number one line. They're sending out their checking line against the top line for Andover.
Hardy will take this face-off, and Hill Murray's had success on the power play. They get this one, put it back on, and Browns is going to have to make this save. It was a deflection, not a clean shot, but there's Law trying to tangle up Hardy there, who is trying to usher that puck to the zone. We saw that in the first period. They'd win the shot, face off, and get a quick shot in on Bronze. And face off here now controlled by Andover, and that's Dahl. Dropped it back, good stick work. Puts it back into the corner, and the Huskies are trying to work it out. A bobble there, now picking up on the far side. Full head of steam, cross ice, not a winger in place yet, as Goman was trying to send it cross ice. Send it to the far point. Huskies kind of got a little buzz going right now, and they're trying to sustain that pressure like they did in the first period. We're tied 1-1 as we are just at 10 minutes to go in the second period. Circling back, Goman, the shot hits the defender, and here come the Pioneers. The Pioneers moving left to right, a long pass, too much. Stringfellow will get there first for Andover. He still has a defender on him, and now Knox on the exchange, picks it up. On the deflection, picked in. Here it comes a chance. Gravink now drops it. Good setup, just a little too far behind. The Huskies hold the zone as it floats out near the blow line. Stringfellow moving in. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to contest him. He puts a backhand on. Coming back in is Gravink. Gravink pressuring again. Good pressure here on this line, trying to settle it. Here's a wrister that comes from the distance. A backhand shot. Scores! The Huskies bury it back of the net. The loose change has cashed in, and Andover goes back up top 2-1.
Yeah, no, Logan Gravink again, like you said, just powered in the center and was able to muscle that puck in. 2-1 Huskies.
Goal number 15 on the season for Logan Gravik, and that line just came out destined to disrupt and then create some scoring opportunities. Not able to lift the puck on the backhand that time initially was Dahl, but then getting that rebound, no one there to clean him up, and left him all alone on the back door was Gravink, but he was working hard.
Yeah, and this line has done a lot in this tournament defensively, and now they start scratching the board on the offensive, and any additional scoring they can get from that line is out just like frosting on the cake.
I believe that assist is going to go to Dahl, number 19. And we'll see if they give any secondary assist, but the primary one to Dahl, and the goal goes to Logan Gravik and gives the Huskies back another one-goal lead, 2-1. Loose puck there, high slot, now redirected beyond the blue line, and here comes Zinda with it. He'll carry in. Top of the circle, takes the shot, hits the defense. We are just under 9 minutes to go, second period. The Huskies back up top by 1 goal, 2-1. So Tristan May, Robinson gets the second assist. Battling back behind the Huskies, trying to not allow Hill Murray to reciprocate quickly. They're trying. Rister hits traffic. Now carried out up ahead. Zinda, lead pass to Thorson, just too much. Hill Murray picks it up. Thorson still getting after it as the Huskies trying to trap Hill Murray behind the net, and they lumber a check on one of the Pioneers behind. A wrister here hits off the stick, and it's guided by Bronze to the corner, the far corner. Race to the puck there, and May has it. Chisels it up ahead, and it's deflected back now by Hill Murray into the Andover end. They'll start it from behind their own goals. 7.5 to go here in the second period, and as Andover has taken another one-goal lead, 2-1 on the goal by Gravink. Good move there defensively to get around the forward for Andover, and Hill Murray now coming in. Far side, poke check nicely by Knox. Man, he's just everywhere. He's squared up in good position, and now Traylor picks up the puck and tries to outlet it to the far wing. Hill Murray picks it up. They try to get around Knox. That's not going to work. And a Whistler there from the top of the face-off circle, and Knox just always in the right spot. Coming back off the bench, toe drag, shot, and the save is made, and Bronze just holds that rebound. And what a toe drag, unleashed a shot there by Hill Murray and a save.
Yeah, an outstanding job by Bronze just to get out there. He had a clear vision, but that was a hard snap. Trying to snipe it. I didn't catch the number on that. I think that was Seidel.
A good check behind the net as they put one on Axel Begley, did the Huskies just that series before. 6:56. We're just under 7 minutes to go in this second period, beyond the midway mark of this game. And you can see the energy that goal has given the Huskies. Well, they've never really lacked the energy.
No.
But now they got the timing and that cadence and the tape-to-tape passing back in sync. Face-off just outside the Hill Murray blue line, controlled, skating in. Here comes Hill Murray. They continue to try to center. Loose puck there. Great job at getting back as the sophomore Dahl. He was there. A lead pass cross ice that time. He couldn't connect to Cogswell, but Dahl will still give chase. Pioneers take it behind their net. Now send it to the near corner. Defensively, they'll skate it up. And again, nice job of stick work there to disrupt the puck off the stick of their forward. And now Andover has possession. Working it back in is Gravink. He's feeling it. He's in the zone. There's also Cogswell. Far point, controlled. There's Knox, fakes right, goes left, inside. Shot from the dot there, hits traffic and deflects to the corner. Gravik again, pestering again. Huskies with a turn, fires, hits the fence. They're buzzing, folks. They're on it. A shot here again, hits off the skate of the defenseman there, number 27, Senden, and goes the length of the ice. Knox retreats and retrieves that puck. Good pass attempt there, just missed. Hit the stick of Pearson, and it sends back into the Husky end of the ice. Moving in off the board, anticipating that pass. A drop pass there by Hill Murray goes to the corner. Cutting up through the face-off circle, now at the near, knocked down and carried out by Zinda. Zinda looks right, goes left. Now he's going to turn on the burners, gets low, gets some leverage. He's brought down on the ice. No penalty. They'll continue to play. The Pioneers now contented dumping it to the neutral ice instead of trying to carry it in. The Huskies exchange, get it across center ice, and send it in. That's Gravik again. Gravik heads in for a line change, and out come the Huskies. With 5 minutes to go here in the second period, they have reclaimed a one-goal lead, and back on the ice, the number one line for the Huskies, who have produced 60 goals this season.
Yeah, interesting. On it looked like Zinda was pulled down. It looked like it was. There was a hold on that. I could not see it from this. It was kind of in the corner where we don't have great visibility. We've got good visibility, but it's not great. And I'll tell you, it certainly looked like a penalty on Hill Murray. Pretty
clean game as a whole, though, as it's just the one penalty that was whistled on Hill Murray in that first period as they pulled down Thorson. Huskies unable to convert on that power play opportunity, but they did convert on some nice passing and a no-look pass about a minute later. That was a no-look pass from Cooper Conway. He picked up the assist, and Gavin Thorson the goal. Again, for Thorson, that's goal number 27 on the season. And for that line, they have now converted for 60 goals on the season between Casey at center, Thorson at right wing, and Conway at the left wing.
Yeah, very impressive. Shots have all of a sudden weighted over to Hill Murray. They've got 10 shots this period, 3 for the Huskies, and Bronze has had to make some pretty quality saves. as the Pioneers have changed up their offense a little bit.
Yeah, they've gone to, some additional weaving, some cycling there, but also trying to hold on to that puck maybe just a little longer. When you are chasing and you're reacting, it really kind of messes with the brain from a strategy standpoint. You start thinking, hey, I got to get this off my stick in a hurry.
Yep.
And so now they're trying to be a little bit more poised with that puck. And it's paid off on some good passes. And but I'll tell you, the Bronzy has just been phenomenal. 10 shots on goal to 3 here in this period for Hill Murray. And Bronze just recently made another beautiful save.
Absolutely, and Hill Murray also they're a senior-laden team. They've got 11 seniors that are skating tonight, so that and that does not include they have a senior goalie that's not playing, but they've got a lot of experienced skaters out there tonight.
We're back out to drop the puck just outside the Andover blue line. We have 5 minutes exactly to go the second period, and Andover has reclaimed a 1-goal lead, and the goal by Gravik. The assist to Dahl and also to number 7 defensively, May. Back in, the Huskies putting some more pressure on in the Hill Murray end. Hill Murray tries to break out. They cannot connect. Finally regathering it. Pick it up. They couldn't pick it up. It was going to be an offside whistle for Hill Murray, so they needed to circle back at neutral ice and now try to carry it back in. Poke checked away here. Now a nice job as the defense gears that away. Bouncing it off, and Casey gives chase. Number 1 line back in there, and Thorson was just hustling, trying to burn those skates to get over there and catch that puck before it cleared the zone. Deflected back in. Here comes Thorson again. More pressure. Putting a stick in there, May that time to try to keep the pressure inside center ice. Now here comes Thorson, weaving through a quick wrister that hits traffic. Back again. That was Cooper with an opportunity, Cooper Conway. Now back the other way, a wrister that just tried to go far post and missed that. Hill Murray trying to light it up here and trying to find a way and trying to find any way to get by Austin Bronze. They'll zigzag behind and defensively. They work it out. Huskies have it at center ice now and skate ahead. That's Cogswell. Missed on his entry pass in and then just missed barely on that check. Just outside the blue line. Cogswell goes deep into the Hill Murray end to try to put some pressure in. Hill Murray trying to come out. They miss an outlet pass ahead to their lead forward. And now get it back again. Skating in a shot, save, and sealing up that 5-hole, not allowing those pads to surrender any rubber biscuits. And consuming it there is Bronze with 3:14 to go in the second period. The Huskies have that 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Huskies have done a nice job just having clear vision for Bronze. There hasn't been, and Bronze has done a great job not giving up any rebounds either. So, no juicy ones at least.
You're right, Jim. He's had some good views on most of those pucks. Huskies will take this face-off, and they win. It was to the left of Bronze. Off the board, just far enough to get it off the blue line, and then Hill Murray sends it right back in. So outside the blue line. Race to the puck ensues into the corner. Some stick work combined by both teams. Turning fiery, now trying to work it up. Gravnik there lifts it, and they will not. Oh, I didn't think that had enough juice to get across that end line, but it just did, and they call the icing. Huskies will send it back. The good news for high school hockey is that icing, you can still make those line changes, whereas in college, pros, you cannot. You can be dead tired, and on that ice, you can't make that change. Huskies will do it. Faceoff will come to the right of the Huskies' goal. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Thanks for joining us on the Friday Night Lights, and not any bigger lights than this. The semifinals. The only thing bigger would be the championship game, and that's taking place here at the Xcel Energy Center in downtown St. Paul, home of the Minnesota Wild. Chance now for the Pioneers. They dump to the near corner and give chase. Get in there first, Andover defensively, and a good outlet pass there. Up ahead to Conway. Conway sets it across to the far wing. A big check put on the Huskies there at that far point, but controlled. Trying to pinch in. Nope, not able to hold the zone. And no look backhand trails Hill Murray, but they get the puck back. Centering pass, moving in, a good chance, a flying puck and a glove save, flashing a little leather but unable to secure it. Was Bronze, but he made that whole save. That was a quick scoring opportunity there that was dissolved by a good play by Bronze. Big blast. Our point, that deflection goes over the glass, and 1:48 is what's remaining here, Jim, in the second period.
I think the one thing the Huskies have a huge advantage on is just hits. I think they're much more physical coming out in the second period, and you've seen more checking from the Huskies, which will pay dividends as they get into the third period.
Godbout trying to get in that scoring column, and then he, along with Sampere and also Hardy, really doing a good job of moving that puck and creating some opportunities. But right now, Bronze has shut down just about all of them. 21-14 are the shots on goal here as we approach 90 seconds left in the second period. At the end of that first period, it was Hill Murray with just 9 shots on goal. They'll carry in, send it back behind. Collision ensues in that far corner. That's Martin. Now it's held in. Inside the blue line. Side the circle. Shot from the lower side and lifted the stick there. Hill Murray still with the puck, holding on to that. And number 2 there puts a shot on. There's 27 and traffic in front. Turns, fires. Save is made again. A good pad save by Bronze. The Huskies are going to send this length to the ice, and they wave off the ice. They are going to try to see if they catch the Huskies on a line change. We're under 45 seconds to go here in the second. The Huskies maintain a 1-goal lead. A pass over the Thorson cross ice. It's deflected into the Hill Murray. And wow, I almost had a couple of heart attacks.
Yes, and a couple of nice shots. And, the defense, Knox continues to be a stalwart back there, know where he needs to be position-wise to be able to stop that. And a great save by Bronze.
Pioneers have won some big face-offs and turned and fired and took some blind shots. And those are tough to find as a goalie, but Bronze been doing that. Now face-off, they drop. Hill Murray tries to work it out of their end. Huskies trying to just close out this period with 25 seconds left. They'll keep that first line out there. Outlet pass ahead, not strong enough, holding the zone. A wrister there, disrupted by Thorson. Thorson's going to try to win the race to the puck. He's there, moving in, a chance, cuts in front, drop pass, shot, scores! Oh, the Huskies bury that one, and it's set up by that work and milling of Thorson, and he drops it to Casey, who buries that puck. The Huskies now up 3-1, 10 seconds left here in the second period.
What persistence by Thorson to stay with it. He lost it off his stick, and he was able to do a no-look pass back to Casey. And Casey with a wide open. Erickson had followed Thorson over and left the goal, and great work by Thorson.
Thorson just with a burst, explosion of speed. He knew he got by and just left a backhand right there for Casey to put his back of the net. Thorson did that work almost on his own. He took out the goalie and 2 of the defenders that had him bracketed and left a backhand, no-look backhand, enough for Casey to bury. And for Casey, that'll be goal number 22 on the season, 2 assists. An assist and a goal now for Thorson, who has 43 assists. They'll drop the puck. 9 seconds left. That could be a momentum swing here. Huskies win the faceoff, send it deep. 4 seconds left. 3. They want to put some more pressure on. 2, 1. And the Andover Huskies are going to take a 2-goal lead into this third period. What a close, Jim. Wow.
Wow, talk about a momentum. You've got 17 minutes to go to the state final, and you score that goal right there at the end and kind of put a little icing on the cake, and really nice period for the Huskies.
Boy, I'll tell you, Thorson showed some high-octane speed because they just lofted that up ahead, and he got to that puck first. They did everything they can through his stick, disrupt him, pull him off. He was not going to be denied. And when he got across that crease, just a no-look, subtle left-hand, a backhand pass. I would have had so much adrenaline going, I probably would have chipped it over the glass. But nice, subtle backhand, buried it, and Caden Casey picks up the goal. And that's the second goal of that second period for Andover. By the way, the first goal in that second period was scored by Logan Gravink. Logan Gravik He picked up the second goal that gave the Huskies a 2-1 lead after the Pioneers scored the first goal. So 3 goals total scored in that second period. They certainly outshot the Huskies and had been peppering. That momentum was huge, but we're going to talk more about it as we come back for the third period. Andover, the Huskies take a 3-1 lead here in the second period. 2 complete. Join us for the third period coming to a QCTV near you.
Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out where all the wild roams, and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be the light that only you can see. You can see. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count on hope when there's rivers to cross. And I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out where all the wild roams, and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be the light that only you can see. You can see. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count on hope when there's rivers to cross. And I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out.
Welcome back as the third period, just about a couple of minutes from beginning, as both teams going to make their way back onto the ice. I'm Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs, and I got to tell you, Jim, both teams combined put up a crooked number in that second period, total of 3 goals. Andover alone put up an impressive crooked number, tallying 2 goals, and just when Hill Murray was getting ready, it looked like to tie it up, the Huskies score with about 10 seconds left in that second period to maybe shift out some of that momentum.
Yeah, we saw Caden Casey with that goal right there with 10 seconds remaining. Davis Goman with a goal, and I thought that was they credited Davis Goman with the goal, but I believe it was Logan Graveling that got the goal.
Correct.
So
I think it was, and but both hustled, and I'll tell you, that goal near the end of the half, where it was tossed out front near the blue line, and Thorson outraced 2 of the Hill Murray defenders, and then also had to peel off another defender, and then the goalie took them all one way, then put a nice backhand while he was in the blue, left the backhand in a very nonchalant way for Caden Casey to tally that goal, his 22nd of the season, and that gave the Huskies a 3-1 lead with 10 seconds left in the second, as we are ready to drop the puck. Shots on goal after 2 complete periods have taken a big change, a big swing. 22 shots on goal now for Hill Murray to 15 for Andover. And they're ready to drop the puck, and Hill Murray certainly put the pressure on in that second period, took it to a new level, but the Huskies responded. Face-off controlled off the wall of Karam again from that trampoline of that board behind the net. And good job by Bronze. He's been pinpoint accurate the whole night and was ready for that one. Face-off will come just to the left of Bronze as that shot was taken just 7 seconds here into this third period. Face-off now controlled. Hill Murray, they send it in front, try to redirect, and it goes behind the net. Almost a good tally there from the shot inside the blue line by the Pioneers. They're unable to hold the zone, and the Huskies chase it out beyond the blue. Pioneers bring it right back in. They are going shot after shot right now out of the gate into Bronze. Trying to hold the zone, he does, but at the mercy of being taken out that time by Casey. And Casey then gets it, regathers, sends it along the board, and a quick line change there for the Huskies. Thorson also in possession. Now down to Dorsep. All three of them kind of exchanged. That whole line was in the midst of a line change. Thorson got there after Casey dumped it and went to the bench, and he sent it back behind. And Conway then lifted it over the top of the net into the netting. So they'll do a face-off just outside the blue line. That will be the Pioneers' blue line. 16-14 remaining here in this third period. A 3-1 lead for Andover. They led 1-0. Then it was tied up by Hill Murray in that second period. And then goal by Gravenick made it 2-1. And then the goal with 10 seconds left in the third. A shot here turns fires. The Huskies buzzing again early. Over skating the puck, both players. That time for the Pioneers and for Andover. Lifted over the corner and the cage. Pinching in defensively there was Hill Murray, but the Huskies clear it up to center ice. Sent back in again and whistling it in that time, number 21 in Ben Carr.
Yeah, we're seeing the Huskies like four skaters right on that blue line waiting for those Hill Murray Pioneers.
Line change now for Andover, and skating in his car. He'll wrist one and then handcuff that time. Braun went up to get it, and it caught him off that waffle pad a bit. Veers to the near corner. Huskies try to bracket it defensively and work the puck out. They'll skate it out now. Here comes Dahl. Dahl on the near side. He'll dump and chase and gets to the corner. His line mate is there with the backhand. That's Cogswell. Sends it back behind. Near point, there's Knox. Sends it across ice. Sent to the in the corner there to Noel Martin. He'll send it behind the net. Knox was going to pinch up, but there were a lot of Pioneer players moving up with the player defensively. They exchange it at the blue line, and they fan on an opportunity to send it deep. Does the Pioneers, and they get a second chance. Same guy at the red line, and sends it deep. 14:26. We're going to keep you posted on that time because it is moving so fast. Mostly because the pace of this game has been extremely high level. Moving in, drop pass, good setup, almost a tic-tac-toe and a goal there, but a beautiful setup turned away by Erickson, and back will come Pioneers. The Pioneers answer on a quick wrister that just goes over the stick shoulder of Bronze. Oh, wow, was that a laser.
I believe that was Sampier again. Was it number 12 or 17?
I think they're going to give that one to their top goal getter, and that's going to be Dylan Godbout.
Yeah, you're right. It is 17. Godbout with just a snipe right inside the circle, right over the shoulder of Bronze. Talk about a change of momentum. Great opportunity for the Huskies. And Godbout, like I said, just a rifle, knocks the water bottle right off the top of the cage.
Sampier, who had the first goal for Hill Murray, will get the assist. 17 to goal, and 12 will get the assist. Boy, that was a snipe. Kind of near the shot from the dot. And they have sliced in. They needed to get into this 2-goal deficit and step into it quickly. And they did so on the goal by number 17, Dylan Godbout, and the assist that went to Sampier. So Sampier, Caden Sampier, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's been involved in both of the Hill Murray goals. For Godbout, goal number 30 on the season. Huskies trying to reciprocate quickly. They try to move in. It's pickpocketed there by Andover, and now they send it back with Another rush. Casey comes in, tries to put some pressure on, and the Pioneers skate out of their own end. They miss a pass. It'll be delayed offside, but Knox is there to pick it up, and he'll skate out. Trying to catch Hill Murray on a line change, a shift change rather. Now whistled for the offside will be Andover, and the faceoff will come just outside the Pioneers' blue line with 13:27 to go. And whoa, that was a quick snipe. And Hill Murray has cut that deficit from 3-1 to 3-2, Jim.
Yes, and the second assist goes to the goalkeeper, Erickson, as he gets his first assist of the tournament.
There's Law dispensing of the forward, tried to come in Hardy and just puts him to the ice. And Andover now works it out of their end through the neutral zone. They tried to send it deep. They put it right on the lap of one of the Hill Murray defenders. They aren't able to come out clean as they are stretched for a pass. Pearson sends this deep. We are under 13 minutes to go in this third period. All the way deep, and we're going to get an ice as Hill Murray misses an outlet pass, and this means the faceoff will come all the way back next to Mr. Erickson, who's between the pipes for the Pioneers.
Yeah, the intensity level, this is you're 12 minutes and 53 seconds away from going to the state final. The intensity level needs to continue to be high for the Huskies.
Well, and you can't say that, hey, the intensity has picked up because it has been full throttle the whole game.
Yep, it has. You just can't let it go down at all. You've got to keep the foot on the gas.
Face-off as the Pioneers are trying to hold the zone. Knox collides there, and now reciprocating that. Nice check there by Cogswell. So he applies it to the Pioneers as they try to work out. Zigzagging through. Here's an opening. Trying to move right, then goes back left. The Pioneers in number 11 here trying to make something happen in Gruba. Back behind, a backhand that might have been deflected a bit. It goes to the half wall. Holding the zone. Moving the puck well right now, the Pioneers. They're cutting inside. Kick to the far point. Now to the near point. Here's a wrister. Deflected inside the faceoff circle. Trying to close it up. It hops the stick there of a Pioneer player. They still hold the zone. A wrister. The handcuffs that time Bronze, who makes the save. And the puck comes out to half wall. Huskies send it back just beyond center ice. And it's deflected by Hill Murray. Now they'll bring it out of their own end. 11:45 to go inside the blue line here. A penalty's coming up against Andover. And this will give Hill Murray their first chance on the power play.
And I think, is it Casey or is it, we'll see who's going into the box. But if it's one of those top liners, no, it's Dahl. Dahl's going in there, who's a good penalty killer.
This is just the second penalty whistled.
Yeah, it's been a very, very clean game, and that was not one of the penalties that was that he was trying to do. He just got a stick locked into the skates.
It's a TV timeout. 11:44 to go. And if you think you fell asleep and you just woke up and 7 minutes are gone, no, that's just the pace of the game. It's just been moving that fast, and Hill Murray gets their chance on the power play. Meanwhile, on the penalty kill this season, that's been a tough spot for the Huskies. Their penalty kills at about 78%. Usually you want that around single digits.
Yes, you're right. They've allowed 19 out of 84 power play chances. And they do have 6 shorthanded goals, which can absolutely help out right now. This is a Huskies team that last night we were on pins and needles. Why would it be any different today?
Oh, hey, you just saw some of the leadership there. Weston Knox went over to the penalty box. Have a talk with Dahl to say, hey, forget about it. He was literally in the penalty box saying, keep your head in it, let's go. He wasn't mic'd, but I was trying to read the lips with the mouth guard on. But I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Hey, keep your head in it. We're going to get at this. We'll get it. We got it. No problem. Now, here's a nice to know, or maybe more of a need to know by Joe, as not only has Gavin Thorson had 5 game-winning goals this season, he also leads the team with 4 shorthanded goals. So even though their penalty kill is far from perfect, let's see what they can do here. Hill Murray will take the face-off in the Andover end. They have the man advantage here as they drop the puck and the backhand in, saved by Bronze. And shots on goal are now at 27. 27 for the Pioneers. Still 1:58 left on the man advantage. They drop the puck. The Huskies get there, try to ring it along the board, but they're there to hold the zone. Now take it to half wall. Cross inside. Now rotating around to the far face-off circle. Nearing the dot. Now circuit back out inside the blue line. Drop pass, blast here. Save is made. Deflected over the top of the goal. It looked from here. And it's still the Pioneers controlling the play. Bracketed in there. The Huskies are digging at it. Law was given in there. Thorson comes over. Thorson thrust the elbow inside and holding the zone at the near point. We have 1:20 left on the man advantage for Pioneers. A wrister here secured and saved, and we're going to freeze that puck, Will Bronze, as we are just now under 11 minutes to go in this contest. The Huskies still up 3-2, but they're on the penalty kill for at least another minute 16.
Yeah, Knox and Kyle Law do a great job of just keeping that lane clean for Bronze.
Huskies win that face-off. And Casey sends it length to the ice. Thorson also off, and the penalty kill unit is able to kind of get some fresh skates out there. Of course, I got a hunch Knox and Law will be out there the length of this penalty kill. Two defensemen. Back behind now, cuts to the corner. Elmary here's good, moves it in. But Pioneers, top of the circle. Takes the shot, hits traffic, turning, firing, sending it length to the ice. Nice play as they took a shot and it hit the defender. And there's 35 seconds left on the penalty kill here for the Huskies. They have the 1-goal lead and skating out of their own end now with 10 minutes to go in this contest is the Pioneers. Pioneers ringing along the board, hustling over, trying to disrupt that puck was Stringfellow to the far point. Now to the near point, moving in, drop pass. Tries to toe drag, shot, hits traffic, I believe, and redirected to the corner. Huskies get their first, and that may just officially kill that penalty. Nice job by Andover, even a better job by Bronze, and they are back at full strength. And the Huskies, Dahl is back out, moving in, looking to cut in front. A loose puck, it rolls off the stick that time of the Pioneers, and back comes shot here, save. Dahl almost a chance to avenge that penalty. Andover holds the zone at the far point, now to the corner. Dahl tries to get it back over to the near corner, and it's moved out. This will be an ice on Pioneers, and that will leave 9:13, Jim. This is moving quicker than a hiccup, this game. 9 minutes, 13 seconds left, full energy, and the Huskies are able to avoid surrendering a goal on that penalty kill.
Yeah, an outstanding job by that penalty kill. That was when you needed it most. Your two defensemen that you talked about, Knox and Law, great job of just keeping those lanes clear for Bronze. Again, it's easy when you have a chance to see the puck coming in.
Pioneers scored on a snipe by Godbout early in this third period to cut their deficit from 3-1 to 2-1 for Godbout. That was his 30th goal of the season. Andover deflects it into the bench right at the blue line with just under 9 to go. 8:58, and Andover remains now with a 1-goal lead. But look at those shots on goal, Jim. At the end of the first period, the shots on goal were 10-9 in favor of Andover. They are now 30-17 in favor of the Pioneers.
Yeah, Hail Mary has made some great adjustments, and they're just able to, one and done right now.
Stringfellow shields off a defender from behind his own net and now sets it up. Pearson, a wrister here. A pad save, sends it to the corner. Huskies will get to this one at the near point on the backhand, but cannot sustain that pressure. Moving out. There's Linda. We've got a penalty coming up again on Andover. Yeah, they're going to call that on Zinda, probably for an interference.
Yeah, it'll be interferences or a slash. I don't know. We'll have to see what it's called, but it looks like he just went.
Let's take another look from this angle here.
Yeah, it's a slash.
If that was a hook or what have you, but with 8:24. Andover just killed the penalty. Now they're back on the ice, one man short here for the next 2 minutes. 8:24 remaining face-off. Winning those face-offs will be huge, but they're controlled here. Near point, a shot, seeing it all the way. That time was Bronze. And no rebound. That's the thing that's also been impressive about his goals. And no rebounds at all. They've minimized those.
Yeah, and he said, and any rebound he has, it's been kicked to the corner. It hasn't been laid out front.
Huskies up by a goal. They win the faceoff, but cannot clear the zone. Send it from the near point to the far point. Moving in there. Handy now turned around. Fire shot just off the mark that time. A Whistler that missed the net by the Pioneers. And Thorson tries to take a few ticks off the clock before he just sends it directly down. Keep in mind Thorson with 4 shorthanded goals on the season. He is on the ice now for Andover. He's got a goal and an assist already. Drops at the near point there for the Pioneers. They'll set up the power play. Top of the far circle, cross ice, near point. Trying to find some room here to pull up a shot. That's been Beagley. Now Aaron Prass, good pressure, sends, and that goes in. Thorson puts it on net, forcing a save there made by Erickson. Here come the Pioneers. Still 55 seconds left on the man advantage. They trail by a goal, 3-2. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this third period. Knox sends a player down to the ice, and that's Madigan. Now out front. Face-off circle moving in. A pass from that far dot. Moving in, a shot here. Save is made by Bronze. He had a good look that time. Creeping in was Beagley who put that shot on. Begley. Begley has it again at the near point. Sends it back over now to Gruba. Now moving in from the dot, a shot and a big rebound, a backhand. Another save by Bronze again. Trying to sweep that one in. Again was Begley. They tee it up for another shot, and the Huskies get the rebound and send it length of the ice. And that was Knox who got his stick on that. Bring back in. This will be an ice. That's whistled on the Pioneers. Oh my, they give up an ice. There's 11 seconds left on this penalty kill, and an errant pass by the goalie. Thought he could hit one of the players as the Huskies were on a penalty kill unit shift change and missed it altogether. So the face-off comes all the way back just down to the left of the Pioneers goal, and just 11 seconds left on their power play. Still battling and still tangling it up. The Huskies will kill this penalty. And they'll even hold the zone with a shorthanded team out there. Back at full strength now. Let's see how these legs are feeling for Andover after an overtime win last night. That went late into the evening. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left. Both teams at full strength. The Huskies, with those legs, have skated off 2 penalty kills here in this third period. The Pioneers try to move it in. Deflected top of the circle. Now moving out. Here comes Andover on a nice pass. Winger left open. Trying to settle the puck. And trying to get it. The time was Conway. He still has it. In front of shot save. Oh my, the Huskies are turning and tipping the tables. They're playing downhill now as we have 5.5 to go in this third period. Pioneers happy to get out of there, but they put it right on the stick of Law. Law has it moved off of his stick, and now Law hustles back. Coming from that backside to pick up the loose puck is the Pioneer forward. They'll drop it back behind. Now wheeling along the board, trying to ring it out and not able to clear. That was Law. Law sends it the other side, trying to disrupt it and dig it out and chisel it. Here comes the Huskies. 2-on-1 emerges now. A chance. Dangle. Shot. Over the top of the net that time. I think that was Pearson. A beautiful setup right on stick to stick, tape to tape. But Pearson over the top of the goal. Here comes the Pioneers back the other way. Under 5 to play. They'll cut in front. Now they'll sear it off defensively there. One-time shot saved by Bronze in the high slot. That shot. Here come the Huskies back the other way. Non-stop. 4 minutes. 30 seconds to go. Huskies moving in. A wrister that just misses the net. Huskies are there. Send the backhand in. And that was Gravenik with some of that pressure as well. Poke check there. So nicely poke checked and then taken back by the Pioneers right at the blue line. Pioneers skating in once again, and it's sent to the corner. Law there. Now Knox has it. Knox is going to try to move it up, but the stick that's in the corner is the one that took it off of Knox's stick. the puck there, and he's battling still in that corner. Moves it up, coming over to help out. A teammate there in the far side. Now drops it cross court and the cross ice near side. Here comes Goman. Goman circles behind the net, still with it. Sends it to that far point. Law with the blast, trying to redirect and coming in to make that. Just missing a on goal opportunity there. 3.5 to go. Chance on a breakaway there, diffused by a nice defensive play there by Goman. He'll dump it into the corner. Number one line back out here. And Sant on the doorstep. Senza works it by, shot, save, loose puck, diggling at it, trying to find it, send it, another save, a blind shot, and through the crease there. Huskies still putting the pressure on. There's Knox with a shot that moves the skates and the pads out of the goalie Erickson, and Erickson takes some liberties on the Andover player in the blue. On the ice in the blue paint and puts a pop on him as Cogswell was knocked down by one of the Hill Murray players. And we have a stoppage of play with 3:25 to go. My goodness.
Yeah, that was actually it was Pearson to Cogswell or to Conway that missed it, and he barely missed it, just right over the crossbar on that 2-on-1. Listen, that penalty kill by the Huskies was absolutely incredible. The Brooks Coswell putting his body out in front of a couple of those shots really helped the Huskies kill that penalty.
Oh, and I'll tell you, they need to try to get X amount of TV timeouts in this game, but it's moving so fast, and the passing with such precision by both teams, tape to tape, back again, and it's not like there's a lot of icings where they can take that time and take those spots. And it's a credit to both of these squads and both of these coaches and the skill level we're seeing here in this semifinal matchup. Class 2A. Again, these two teams met earlier this year. The Huskies with a 2-1 win in overtime. But I'll tell you right now, it's the Huskies lately have been putting more pressure on. But meanwhile, 35-20 are the shots on goal for the Pioneers here with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the third period.
Yeah, and we're going to have to keep an eye on that net and to see at what time do they pull Erickson. Do they pull him with 2 minutes? Do they pull him with 1 minute? The coaching staff for Hill Murray are probably talking about that right now. They do have, but both teams have their timeout as well, so we'll have to see exactly if that comes into play. We'll see a lot of these first two lines, I know, in the last 3.5 minutes.
Well, Andover's been outshot 24-10 since the start of that second period. And I'll tell you, Bronze has come up big and made some outstanding saves as well. And here's that chance right there. I couldn't tell if the goalie got that stick out there, which really sent that over the top. I think that's what happened. And that's a shot on that good setup by Pearson. And I think he got enough of his stick on that put it over the top. But the Huskies kept at it. But you're right, Jim. We're going to keep an eye here on Erickson. When will the Pioneers pull their goalie? And the faceoff is in. The Pioneers end. With 3:25 to go in this third.
Yeah, both top lines are out there now. No matchups now. It's just best against the best.
The Pioneers win the faceoff. They try a long pass and disrupted by Thorson. He controls it and sends it back to his defense. Now the deflection outside the blue line, and Knox is there. Knox puts a backhand and a quick stop, pop, save away. No, right on the doorstep there. A pestering play there by Hardy. Almost created a goal for the Pioneers. Under 3 to play now. A 1-goal lead for Andover, 3-2. Thanks for joining us on this QCTV audio-only presentation. And Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs, and quarterback to the side here by Primetime Taylor. Drop pass there, put it right on the stick to Hill Murray of Andover. And that was by Casey. He takes it in, sends it deep, trying to come over and clamp it up. That time was Cooper Conway. Unable to control, pass near wing here. Pioneers moving in a wrister, and oh my goodness, the save is made by Bronze, and no rebounds, secures it. Man, he's got the hands of a surgeon working tonight.
Yeah, and his positioning is so good. He knows how to cut off the angles, and his lateral movement is good. That one, beautiful shot that just came right into the midsection. Good save.
Well, takes the draw just to the right of Bronze in the Andover end. Getting there first, the Stringfellow. Hello tries to work it off the boards and out. Deflected, and now it's guided through the neutral zone. That's Goldman. Goldman trying to put some pressure on. Pass cross ice. It's controlled. And here comes some pressure by the Pioneers. They're moving in. A shot and a save made this time by Bronze. It goes to the corner. Picking up the loose change to help out, I believe, was Stringfellow. And he gets it through the neutral zone. Allows the Huskies to make some forward changes. And they get him back out there. To the corner now is Law. Law works it out. He's shadowed by one of the Pioneers. And he's got a full head of steam working now. Across center ice, sends it in deep. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. We've got to see them pull the goalie here soon. 90 seconds left, and now the Pioneers have the puck. They move through the neutral zone. Erickson is heading to the bench, and there is an empty net. Extra attacker on. Here comes the Pioneers. A no-look backhand at the half wall, trying to set up a scoring opportunity. Loose change there, picked up, and the Huskies skate out of the end. A chance for an empty netter. They have another chance here, just over the top of the net, whistled him off. Huskies again in front, all alone. Dagger! Dagger goal! Oh my! Thorson buries it. A beautiful backhand pass, and Thorson buries the empty net and his second goal of the game. That is your dagger. With 1:05 to go, the Huskies have taken a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, and that was set up by Cooper Conway. Just like his defensive play to cut that pass off and get it outside the zone. Forecheck goes there, and just a rocket in from Thorson for that fourth goal.
Well, the battle now with 1:05 remaining. Hey, Hail Mary can still pump back here, but I'll tell you, it is going to be so difficult. You can see the Huskies erupting on that bench. But, Jim, a key point was on that last possession when they pulled the goalie. And Pioneers had the extra attacker on. There's been a timeout taken here by the Pioneers. And then they tried to make one extra pass. And then the defense there and the forwards for Andover just didn't try to clear the puck and send it length of the ice. They held on to it, had possession, stayed poised with that puck, got it through the neutral zone. They whistled one over the top of an empty net goal originally, but following it in that corner, we'll see who the assists are given away. I thought it was Conway who raced after that puck.
Yeah, I think we'll find out. It might have been Casey, so we've got the timeout is in. Erickson's back in the net. Once the Pioneers get possession, Erickson will be skating off to the bench.
Thorson with 2 goals and an assist, and if that goal stands, it would be bookend goals. He gets the first and the last, but we'll see. There's plenty of time left. Face off here won by Hail Mary, but a nice poke checked away by, I think that was Gravick. Huskies disrupting. They are not allowing Pioneers to even get the least bit of momentum going. Back on the benches, Erickson, extra attacker on here for the Pioneers. 40 seconds remaining here in this third period. Big blast from the shot, missed the net that time altogether, did the Pioneers. They're scrambling after it, trying to get a shot on. They're at half wall. They'll lift it here, holding the zone, sending it on a pad save, keeping that clock moving. Nicely done by Bronze. Now back out and sent length of the ice. We will get an icing here as Andover and Thorson trying to go
looking
for
his hat trick.
Yeah.
And got it out 4-2 with 22 seconds left.
They'll take the face-off. 22 seconds remaining. Face-off to the right of Bronze. He's put on a clinic in goal tonight. He has seen 39 shots on the back door here. A chance on this puck. He eludes the blue line, forcing the Pioneers to bring it in, and they bring it in offside with 13 seconds left. And oh my, this is going to be an exciting final.
Absolutely, a Northwest Suburban Conference final.
The first finals opportunity here for the Andover Husky boys, trying to duplicate the girls' effort. Off the face-off, a shot that misses wide. Now in front through the crease to the opposite side. Huskies turn fire, and they'll get another icing whistled here, but just getting it out of there is the goal here. 4 seconds left, 4.6 seconds left, and that's what separates the Andover Huskies from advancing to their first championship game from Class 2A.
Yeah, great poke check by Law to get that out, and another good face-off win.
Hail Mary. The Andover Huskies have defeated the Pioneers, and they've done it by score of 4-2. Outstanding goaltending as Austin Bronze faced 39 shots. The Huskies just 21 shots, and that's called optimizing your opportunities. And led by 2 goals and an assist by Gavin Thorson, and a tremendous goal also by Logan Gravink also in that second period. But wow, what a thriller, Jim.
Yes, and to be honest, stars of the game, you'd go Gavin Thorson, number 1. He's been the star of the tournament. But 1A is Austin Bronze, who continues to make big save after big save. This is an exciting time if you're an Andover hockey fan.
Huskies were actually outshot after the second period by a margin of 30-11, but they also skated off 2 of those key penalty kills.
Yes, late in that third period, those 2 penalties really could have harmed their victory, and both teams right now kind of clapping each other. Very good win for the Huskies, and tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, back here at the X.
Hey, and there you see the Huskies tap their sticks, right? And you see Knox coming over and giving the best player there a big hug, obviously knowing them for some time, as he gives a hug there to Dylan Godbout on his way to Wisconsin to play his college hockey. And you can tell these guys have known each other for years, and in that doing so, the second win this season for Andover over Hill Murray. First one 2-1, this one twice as good, 4-2.
Yes, and so Maple Grove, they split the season series with Maple Grove. Their last loss was to Maple Grove, 4-1 at the Andover Community Center. So tomorrow night, who knows what's going to happen? Maple Grove's on a roll. They're big, they're physical, but this Husky team has got a lot of resilience.
I'll tell you, and if there's a team that can have the legs and the firepower and that full throttle approach after winning an overtime game going late into the night last night, to come back right out of it in that first period. They took the 1-0 lead at the end of that first period. Then there were 3 goals exchanged in that second period. And who could forget about the setup, the assist by Thorson on the no-look backhand to Casey, who buried it. And that goal happened with 10 seconds left in that second period, Jim, and that gave Andover a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and I mean, if that goal doesn't happen, it's 2-2 going into the late in the third period right now.
And it didn't take long into the third period before we saw the top goal getter for the Pioneers. Dylan Godbout whistled one. He was sniped one just over the stick side shoulder of Bronze, and it was 3-2 at that point, and a lot of clock left, and the Huskies put on a showcase on persevere, speed, patience, and just a complete game tonight by skating off, as you mentioned, a couple of penalty kills successful there, and a late empty net goal by Thorson. So what a night. I wonder if we can top this tomorrow, but I'm going to ask you all to join us, challenge, see if we can beat this tomorrow. And what a close to a Friday night. So the Huskies go for their first Class 2A state championship. That is the boys. And that'll take place tomorrow as they take on their Northwest Suburban Conference foe, Maple Grove. And that takes place again tomorrow night. Please join us as well. We'll continue to have an audio-only broadcast coming your way on this QCTV sports presentation. Special thanks to CJ and Mike along with Taylor. I'm Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. This is a major league evening with a major league outcome. The Andover Huskies double up on Hill Murray by a score of 4-2 in the semifinals and advance to the state championship Class 2A tomorrow night. Have a great night. Major league evening, minor league price.